Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the build series on this channel. This is my 2015 Suzuki Gixxer 150. In the last video we stripped off all the body panels off of this bike. If you haven't watched that video, I would highly suggest you to go ahead and watch it out because that will give you a head start of what all I'm planning to do on this bike. So for today's video, we're going to be working on some mechanical things on this bike. For example, first we are going to replace the clutch pack on this bike. And the second is we're gonna be replacing the carburetor, maybe clean it. We'll see how the condition is once we open it. So those are the two things that we're gonna tackle today. So without wasting more time, let's jump into the video. Okay, to work on the clutch cover or the clutch side, there are two ways which I can go. The first is I can drain all the fluid off the bike and I can start working on the clutch. Or the second way is I can move the bike or lay the bike down on the left hand side so that all the fluid can move towards the left hand side and I can work on the right side, which is the clutch side. So that is the route that I'm going to take. The reason is that I have replaced the oil on this bike very recently and it has not even done 100 kilometers. So I'm not planning to replace the whole engine oil on this bike. So I think now I'm going to lay the bike down on the left hand side and start working on the clutch. Okay, so now we are inside the engine. Looking at the internals of the bike, I'm surprised it looks very clean. I'm actually not very surprised because I regularly change the oil and I keep the bike in top-notch condition. So the next thing is this is the clutch pack. This is where the friction plates and the pressure plates stay. So now I'm gonna remove these 5 bolts and replace the clutch that is inside this clutch pack. Okay, so one thing to note here is these 5 bolts are held by spring tension. So you want to evenly open them in a crisscross pattern or in a star pattern, I would say, so that you do not put a lot of pressure on a single point while you are opening it. So that is one thing that you need to keep in mind while opening this. So let's get on to it. These are, as you can see, if the camera can focus, these are yellow colored springs. So there are colors on the springs as per the tension on the spring. So yellow I believe is the medium one because I can easily compress this, not that much, but at some point. So these are the yellow ones. In sports bike, you see red color or something else. So moving on to the center now. This is the upper part which holds the bolts in or the clutch plates in. This is called the center. Now this part right here is called the center. As you can see, the walls here do not look that much scored up. So these are in a good conditions. Although I would go ahead and replace this just for the sake, as we are in this bike, I will go ahead and replace this as well. And this is held on by a bearing. This bearing is used for releasing the clutch when you pull the lever. Now these are the clutch plates, so I'll just remove them. Okay, so now the clutch pack is out. These are called the friction plate. These have this leather material on the top of it, and behind this is the steel plate, which is also called as pressure plate. So there are in total five clutch plates, I'm sorry, and four pressure plates. So I'm just gonna replace them with the new one. Okay, so now I have cleaned the hub and I have inspected the hub. This is the hub which is rotating right now. The walls on the hub look really clean, so I'm not replacing the hub. I'm keeping this as it is. So while I'm in here, I thought why not show you the mechanism how it works. This shaft, as you can see right here, which I'm pointing right now, this is the crankshaft. This is connected to the piston rod and then the piston, and this transfers the power to the flywheel. This bigger gear, as you can see here, this is the flywheel which is connected to the transmission. So the crankshaft rotates and it transfers the power to the flywheel, this one. And as the flywheel rotates, the friction plates which sits right in here, this groove, helps in transferring that power in a smoother way. So that is how the transmission or the internals of the clutch work. So now I'm just gonna replace the clutch plates in here and close this down. So these are the new clutch plates. As you can see, these are bathing in oil. The reason is that before you put this into the engine, you need to soak them in oil so that they do not rub and they do not run dry. So now I'm just gonna open them and replace it. So now the clutch plate is out. So there is actually no particular way of putting this down into the engine, but I like to put this down using the red dot, as you can see here on the top of this clutch plate, towards the top of the engine. So this one goes in here like this, and the order they which go in is first a clutch plate and then a pressure plate, and so on and so forth. So the next one is going to the pressure plate. These are also the new pressure plates, so I'm just gonna replace them. So now I'm just gonna close this using this center. This is called a center, and this is also a new center. This is not the previous one. Now I'm just gonna put the bolts on and close this engine down. So as I'm putting the spring down, I thought why not show you one thing. So as you can see on the top of this spring, this is a flat spring here and here as well. So there is no right way or wrong way to put this down. Okay, so time for update. The last clip that you saw, after that my camera died due to low battery. So I placed the RH cover over here, as you can see, and I've been monitoring the bike from the last half an hour or so, and there is no drippage of oil as such, and the oil level is also right where it should be. And now I'm just gonna move on to the carburetor, and I'm gonna replace firstly remove the carburetor, and then we'll see if there's anything that needs to be replaced, then we'll replace it. So let's get on to it. Okay, so now I've disassembled the carburetor, and as you can see, there's a lot of gunk inside of here, inside the carburetor, and there's a little bit of scoring over here on the diaphragm as well, thanks to the good quality fuel that we get here in India. Now is a simple job just to clean this up and put this back together and put it on the bike and start the bike up. So let's get on to it. Okay, so I've put the fuel tank back on the bike temporarily. Let me crank it and let's see if it starts or it blows up. We're gonna find it out today. Okay, so the bike starts thankfully, as you all just saw. Now the engine part of the bike is all complete, and now it's just a matter of putting the bike back together, putting all the body panels on, and going on for a ride. If you guys like this video, then a thumbs up would be appreciated. If not, then let me know in the comments down below on something that I need to improve upon, and I'll definitely work on it from the next video. And with that said, I'm going to close this video right here, right now. And as always, let nothing hold you back in life and always keep moving forward. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.